Hey, girl.
Hey! I was rocking out to the music.
Right?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. Hey, we got some people watching. If you're
already
watching, let us. Yeah. Oh, they left. We weren't back.
They're like, ooh, psych. Didn't really want to see. Oh my goodness. Woo. Woo.
Well, if you're watching, let us know where you're watching from. Welcome. We're glad to have you.
Been.
What a week. The cookout was real.
Oh my gosh. This was amazing. This week, I'm like cheesing. Like I've been like this all week.
Oh.
Anyways.
Why?
No, it was good. Because the DNC was popping.
It was. I can honestly say it was popping until yesterday. Yesterday was so dry and sad.
Yeah. But they had to do a policy day. They had to do like a... I mean, let's go through it.
Okay.
Do you want to go through it? Let's go through it. I have some clips, some video clips we could talk about, because you, me, and our homegirl Anna's son have a group text. We always stay on the group text.
Yes.
For anybody listening or whatever, you guys, if you've been fans of the pod, you know who Anna's son is. We do slumber parties, whatever. Mm-hmm. So we watch the DNC every night together, which is really fun. Because we're all over the country. So we come together, texting through the whole thing, you know, sharing our love of, you know, the hotness, talking about these dudes and talking about, yes, right. But just talking about like just the speeches and our reactions and getting hyped when Lil Jon showed. I mean, just all the stuff was just, I was not ready for this level of production. It was insane.
I feel like
it was insane.
It was Tuesday or Wednesday. Roll call day was my favorite day. That was so hype. That roll call
day
got me hyped. I was like, I'm not even Democrat, and I'm hyped. I was like, yeah.
I have a video. Okay, I have some. You know, I bring the TikToks, so I've got some stuff for that roll call. I don't know if you want to see it now, and we could talk about the roll call, because that was probably the best part of the whole thing.
That was the best.
I thought that was the best. It was a party. I had FOMO.
It was a party. It was so well produced. They had everybody. It wasn't just some lady at the top of the lectern talking about, okay, Wyoming, okay, you know.
You talking about the RNC? You talking about the RNC, aren't you? I see you talking about the RNC.
And I like the way they had the people representing the states in the music and stuff. It was just so
music. But do you know what's so amazing is that they had to have pre-approval for every single artist. All 50 states had at least one song. At least California had 2-3 songs. Like some of the states had multiple songs. That's multiple artists that support this candidate, or at least support having their music played at the Democratic National Convention. So that's huge in itself.
And all
whereas the other dudes getting cease and desist.
Right. And just all the Republicans who showed up. How many Republicans? They had at least 4 or 5 Republicans speak.
Yeah, I have a list of everybody the big name people who spoke on each day. So I don't know. Do you want to go day by day? Do you want to just
day by day?
Day by day. When Jesus. Okay. So the first day. Okay. What were you expecting? Like, what did you have expectations going into this?
I was expecting Beyonce. That didn't happen.
But they messed us up yesterday. That was mean.
I was expecting Beyonce. I was just thinking, man, Beyonce and Taylor Swift gonna come out. It's gonna be lit.
That would have been hype. Yes.
That would game change. That probably would have changed the election.
It would have been. But
yeah, honestly, I didn't expect much. I don't really, and I still fell asleep. You know how I do. I fell asleep through it. Either way,
I know you were quiet on the text. We were like, okay, Mo's asleep.
Yeah, quiet on the text. I'm asleep. But yeah, Biden, I was expecting him to flop. So I was impressed by his speech. I was impressed by his volume and ability to speak. So I was proud of that. And I saw why they did it. Because at first I was like, why would he be there? But of course, my friend made a good point. Kamala's dad wasn't there. So that was kind of interesting. Like,
what's the story there? Do you know?
We don't know the story. It's very hush hush. I tried to look it up, and all we know is that he got mad when she said something about Jamaicans smoking marijuana. So that's not why, but that was the only time he's like come out and said something, and your daughter is running for president. It's wild that you're not there supporting her. So that kind of the dynamics, the broken family dynamics, is something people can relate to. I think a lot of people can relate to. And then just the love of her family, the diversity of her family,
all the babies, all the children that showed up.
And she met her husband at 47, y'all. That perked me up. That gave me hope. I said, keep hope alive. Keep hope alive. They had their anniversary.
Their family dynamic is beautiful. Like his first wife loves her. Like that's beautiful when a family can co-parent and get. I love that. I love how supportive they all are, and they put the kids first, and they just work together. That's beautiful. That says a lot about the people involved. Oh
yeah,
come on, Tim Walz. Tim Walz.
Right? From the window to the walls.
I know. I wish I was there for the roll call. That was amazing.
Yeah, I wish I could have been there for the roll call. I would have been hyped up. I was making some summer rolls. I was in the kitchen dancing.
I was popping. I was like, oh my gosh! And every time like they would call
on the artist, so you already know the state that's coming up.
Yeah, and then the secretary, the dude that was calling him out, he had a little something too. He was like, California. He was like, how do you, what's your vote? And it was at first I thought the DJ was cheesy, but I was like, okay, no, this is okay. This is okay. We're doing this. Okay.
Lil Jon, I wasn't ready for Lil Jon.
I was not. I was not
That's
ready.
Like that was awesome.
And there were a lot of people there. I was surprised. Like Sean Austin showed up. The kid from
AI
and Rudy. Oh God. Oh God. The best part is that Kamala and the whole campaign, they've been trolling. The night of the roll call, they not only filled up the DNC, they went all the way to wherever it was, Milwaukee, and filled up where Trump had the RNC. Yes. They filled that up too. And then we're broadcasting from both places. I mean, it's just trolling. I love it. I love it. What I'm saying, the petty.
And black jobs, like Michelle Obama said, and Michelle Obama's speech. I mean,
you want me to play that? I got that.
Barack Obama was right when he said he was stupid enough to go on after Michelle Obama.
Her speech was better than his.
Yeah, so I was falling asleep. I had to wake up and watch it again. All right, let's play that.
Here's Michelle Obama's piece. Just a little snippet about the black jobs. Here we go.
Yes.
For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen to be black. Who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs? Look, it's his same old con. His same old con. Doubling down on ugly, misogynistic, racist lies as a substitute for real ideas and solutions that will actually make people's lives better.
Drop. I was not ready.
Drop that mic. She dropped that mic.
She was.
Woo! I know. She did. She cocked her head to the side like, and like, yes.
Hey, Divine Fire. Welcome. Oh my gosh, can you imagine Kamala and Michelle Obama?
The world is not ready. They're not ready. That's too much. That's too much. And Michelle doesn't want it anyways. She says she doesn't want any part of it. She's not really political like that, but she can give a speech. That was amazing.
She really can. And I like that she had her braids out and she had
always flawless. Always.
Yeah, always. And the way Barack Obama is so smitten.
I have that too.
So,
I have that
oh
too. You want to see that? I have that. The love between these two.
The love. Okay? Did you see that meme that said, "Missed you, mom and dad"?
Do you want to see it? Let's watch it because here we go.
I saw that little booty swipe.
I mean, if the love's not like that, I don't want it. I don't want it.
Wow, they are adorable.
That's beautiful. And I feel like you can contrast that with what we saw at the RNC where old girl didn't even want to hold his hand. Yeah. Melania was like, I mean,
she's
you blame her?
You're just a meal ticket. Leave me alone.
Really? Baron's 18 now, so I can bounce. We're done. Like, you know,
I can't wait to be more vocal.
I mean,
poor.
Nah, ain't none of them poor. I don't feel bad for any of them.
I do. Kyle, he didn't have no say. But what were your thoughts? I haven't really heard your thoughts. I would love to hear what was the highlight?
Well, like I always say, this is like my Super Bowl, right? Like, so this the whole election season is like I get excited. Yeah. So I watched the RNC. I hate watched it. You know, I'm watching it and I'm just like, this is dusty and dry. Like, and then I watched this not expecting too much more. You know, I mean, I knew who was going to speak. So I was like, okay, we're going to see Hillary speak. We're going to see this, that, whatever. But I didn't know the production value was going to be so lit. Like, it was so amazing. One of the things that I thought was fantastic was how much they focused on having content creators. Like, so they had TikTok influencers, Instagram influencers, YouTubers. They had a whole suite for these people. They had rooms set up with ring lights and like all the things you would need, backdrops, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And these people could broadcast and do their videos and stuff. So there were a lot of people who were going live, like people I follow on TikTok and stuff, going live, giving their little pieces, doing videos. They were on like the cruise ships going through like the river in Chicago and all the events. They had a lot of stuff for influencers to kind of show what was going on behind the scenes. And I thought that was really cool because that's a good way to get to young people. Because a lot of people get their news that way. So I'm like, that's whoever's on her team, they're thinking, you know?
Yeah. They actively looked for people like that, like social media, like they have job posting here in Delaware. And so I looked to see like what the available job posts. Yeah.
That's cool.
So they're looking for media people. And it makes a lot of sense. And they had streamed live on Instagram. I'm not familiar with what they did on TikTok, but I know they have a lot of content on TikTok, stream live on Instagram.
They're fast too. They're fast. Like as soon as something happens, they've got an Instagram reel, they've got a TikTok up, and they're quick. They got these Gen Zs up doing their thing. Like they're thinging, they're doing it. Like it's amazing.
Yes.
But I think the one thing that I loved the most was how emotional, how it spoke to me. I feel like, and I don't know if it's just because I'm a Democrat. I relate to a lot of the things that were going on, but every day, like I felt a connection to what was going on. The things that they were speaking about, I felt hyped. I felt pumped. I felt emotional. This last day got me like right in the gut. A lot of the stuff they were talking about. And at the very end, her speech, I was like, where do I vote?
Yeah.
Like, let's go. You know, like I was ready. Let's go. That's how I felt.
I was so tired by the time her speech, because that was such a sad day that I really didn't listen to it. I got to listen again. She did make some claims and some statements that I thought I hadn't heard her say. So I was excited to hear, what she had to say, like policy wise, because that isn't, like Republicans always say, it isn't on her website. So it's hard to see besides the talking points she has. So that was cool. But I was pumped. I was pumped, and I'm not even Democrat. I was just pumped up. It was so hype, and just to see the different people. They had the Central Park 5. I thought that was amazing to have them up there. I think they have 4 of them, and to see after what Trump did, and then the people who are victims of gun violence or family members victims of gun violence. That was very touching.
That was hard.
Very depressing. That was hard. That was very touching.
The abortion healthcare piece got me too. That was tough to watch.
miscarriage and then had another baby, and then the other
I
mom couldn't
know.
get
Oh
enough.
my gosh.
She's pregnant now, and so like
Katie
it just felt authentic. It felt like it wasn't fake, forced. It wasn't people reading. I mean, if they just reading for notes, but like it felt like it came straight from the heart. And I
Mhm.
think that's something that people can relate to. I'd love to see if there's any kind of data on what's happened now since, like, if the what do you call it, the polls are in her favor or anything.
That would be
Because
interesting.
yeah, I mean the polls, like, we obviously know the polls don't mean anything, but still. And then I thought Tim Walz is just a mansion,
Oh,
and
his family.
and his story and his wife and his kids and Kamala's family and her niece and her sister and the other niece and nephews
Those
and
little
their
girls. That was a
yeah.
beautiful way to check people who are disrespecting Kamala by calling her all kind of other names besides her name. And I love how
Yeah.
Kerry Washington was like, it's okay to get it wrong. You know, it's not a common name. It's okay to get it wrong, but we're not going to disrespect. So let's have these cute little girls come out and tell you how to pronounce their auntie's name. And it was a beautiful, cute way to do it. It was cute. I mean, just all the children. It was just adorable.
It's so funny though, because once they did that though, I started listening and everybody switches it. People say Kamala, 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 Kamala.
Yeah.
They'll say it in the same sentence. They'll be like Kamala, Kamala. DL Hughley did it. Her own sister did it in a soundbite.
I think it might be an accent part.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a Kamala is what's wrong, but I think Kamala and Kamala, I think it might be how some people say caramel and caramel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
Kamala, like dissing.
Like, yeah, but when people are like Kamala, yeah. And those that aren't tied, she's 5 points down with the margin of error. Oh,
damn.
But you know what I noticed too? I have a clip for this too. Well, I have a couple clips that compare the RNC to the DNC, but I did watch both. And I feel like the RNC was very much focused on one person. It was focused on Donald Trump. Trump. Let's talk about Trump.
Mhm.
And I feel like the DNC was about everybody's stories that make up
Yes,
issues that we need to address. And it was everybody representing, hey, this is gun violence and how it's affected this population and these people. This is abortion and how Dobbs messed up everybody over here. And it had stories about different people, and it wasn't just about one person. And I feel like that's a beautiful message and kind of like the feeling that you should kind of evoke in these types of things. It's not just about one person. It's about everybody. So I thought that was beautiful.
And it wasn't about fear. I mean, fear in a way of, if you don't vote for me, these policies will ruin your life.
Yeah,
but
that
it wasn't
2025 stuff.
Yeah, it wasn't like fear mongering the way Trump did it. And so I thought that was eloquent the way they did it too. I don't believe these polls because you can ask someone random and just say 10 people say they love Trump and 5 people exactly.
Yeah.
The Trump didn't work last election. Hillary Clinton was supposed to win according to the polls last time.
Yeah, people be lying.
Hey, and then some polls because they lie on polls because they don't mess it up. So who knows?
I mean, it's whatever. I don't trust them anymore. We just gotta wait and see. You know, wait and see.
Yep. Would you be interested in volunteering for Kamala's campaign?
I signed up to do some stuff.
Oh, okay.
But so we have a call on Sunday to figure out what we're supposed to do. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm in a very blue state. So, but I don't know if I'm supposed to be calling people or what. But I signed up. I registered to do something.
Blue state blue? Because you know how it is.
No, I'm in a very red. Well, I don't know. No, because my representative and my Senate, I mean, they're all Democrats. So I don't know. But when I go outside, there's Confederate flags and there's Trump flags on trucks. So I don't know.
Yes. Sorry.
What is the only things Dems have to work on is not pander. And when they get into office, forget about us. That's for real.
That's for real. I mean, I thought, like we were joking about, the DNC was like the cookout. I didn't see any kind of invitation or anything. But they really represented Black people. It was a lot of Black stuff, Black jobs, Black people who benefited from Biden's and Kamala's policies, a lot of Black faces, just a lot of Black representation. But then, like Divine Photo says, what did she say? I'm not doing anything for Black people or something like that. Like, so when you get in there, are you going to like, is it just pandering like it's been with everyone else? We're pandering to you. And then once we're in there, F you, good luck. But I guess the people they had on there show that they did something for some people.
Yeah. Whew.
I don't trust the polls either. But your boy, Paul Walsh. I'm just kidding. Tim Walz. What a mensch. Like, if they find dirt on him, maybe.
I mean, he had a DUI. That's pretty much the only thing they're talking about. He had a DUI and he retired earlier than they thought he should have or something. I mean, I don't know what else. And he put tampons in the boys' bathroom. I don't know.
Yeah. And like you said, like if you, unless you put it on your feet in 5th grade, don't talk to me about it.
Yeah, I posted something. I was like, unless you bled all over the seat in social studies in like 6th or 7th grade, then please don't talk to me about no tampons. I think every girl has been through that situation where they done bled through their clothes, you know, and I would have loved to have had some tampons or pads in the bathroom. So don't talk to me about it.
Body and get it
right. Wrap your sweatshirt around your waist. Thank you. Yeah. See, you know.
We all know whatever you see, like
we all know. So whatever.
Hey,
yeah. So I mean, he's just a good dude. Like his family is they're just good people. It looks like they're so sweet. And Gus, that's my nephew. Okay, if anybody wants to talk about Gus, they'll have to come see me first. Okay, because I'm like that. Protect that boy at all
Somebody
costs.
said catch hands if you talk about Gus. Yeah,
right.
Gus, that love, that pride, that family pride.
I love it. I just because you can feel that, and you could like just the way he looked around. Could you imagine? I mean, just put yourself in his shoes. And people are talking. You and I we've talked about this, Mo. But people are saying all kinds of things about this boy. He's 17. This boy, but it's just like anybody in his position. You look around and see that stadium full of people cheering for your dad. You know, they're here for him, and he's sitting here talking about how much he loves you, and he's talking to you in the stand. Like, if you're not breaking down, there's something wrong with you. You don't have the relationship that he has been blessed to have with his father. That was beautiful to me. So
I was breaking down, and I'm not even in the family, so I had to be there. And
beautiful,
just the amount of people and the love and the pride in your father. And Broken Tradition said, "I wish Biden would have just dropped out and made Harris the president." And then Sean, Sean, don't be starting stuff. Don't be starting stuff. Hello? Lost you, Em?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I'm here.
You froze up on my end.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
You're back.
Trump trying to stop us.
Yeah, see? Em is frozen.
Trump's trying to mess us up.
But yeah, I wish Biden, like, that would have been funny. But what do you feel about this? Because I've seen a lot of people say this, and it kind of makes sense. Why do they keep talking about on day one, I'm going to do this when you have the power now to do stuff? Like,
because she doesn't.
I don't know. Well, Biden, she can influence Biden or something.
But here's the deal. Here's the deal. She needs a Senate and she needs a House. And that's the whole point. The whole point is when I'm president, I will do this, but you got to give me the support. Like a lot of people are saying, well, you're there now. Yeah, but do I have the support? I don't have the support. Like I can't do shit if I don't have a Congress that's going to back me up. So, and I think a lot of times people, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's why they're promoting all of the people running for office and everything, because they need that support as well. It's not just the presidents.
Yeah. And I really hope she gets that support. I hope she gets elected, but I hope she gets that support because a lot of the things that she's talking about, I would really be excited to see happen. Divine Photos. Yep.
Yeah.
And the VP, name a VP who's done anything. It's not the VP. The VP is just there in case shit happens.
but they're talking
That's what
things you do. So, you can't have it both
I mean,
ways.
but I mean, she's been instrumental in things, but she
doesn't do anything, but then she's accomplished. So. Anybody want to come up?
I mean, you can. I also have can I play something while we're looking for somebody to come up?
Yeah.
That's funny. This to me cracks me up. This is the roll call difference between the RNC and the DNC.
Oh, yes, I love
and it's
that.
It's just fun. It's just fun.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Oklahoma, 43 votes, President Trump. West Virginia, 32 delegates.
Georgia, how do you cast your votes?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to officially nominate Kamala Harris for president. Fire, get loud, another round of shots. DNC, turn out for what? Turn out for what? Hey, turn out for what? Yeah, turn out for what? Let's go, let's go. Turn out for what? Hey, everybody get your hands up. Hey, everybody get your hands up. Hey, everybody get your hands up. Now, say, we're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. We're not going back. VP Harris, come to the wall. VP Harris, give it a wall. Hey.
How dry was the RNC? How dry and dusty?
VP Harris, Governor Walls.
I mean, that was
I know.
This is night and day.
Like Divine Photo said, that country voice.
I mean, I was not expecting. I was not ready.
I was not ready. That was hilarious.
Mm-mm.
That was it was hype.
It was a party.
It was a party.
Well, and I don't know that it's ever been done that way before. I think at the RNC they had Speaker of the House was talking about we have to maintain decorum. This is a very respectful process during the roll call, stuff like that or whatever. And so it was a very dry process. People didn't know what was going on. They were slow. They were speaking, like just dry. And then you have the complete 180 for this one. It was like, it doesn't have to be that way. It's a celebration. Here it is. And they just had fun with it.
Celebration.
I don't know.
Broken Tradition said, I'm sick of the conventions on both sides. It's a circle jerk at this point. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Is it just like self-satisfying? Self-satisfying.
Ooh. I'm getting too many mental images with that.
I remember a band from the 90s. But yeah, and I think that's what this year represents. And I'm getting hyped. Like I said, I'm not even Democrat or anything like that, but I'm just hyped for change. Like it's kind of like bringing me back to Obama days, I guess. And it's bringing me back to this hasn't been done before. This hasn't been done before. It's a new day. It's time to do things differently. It's time to do things that haven't been done before, because you keep doing the same things over and over again. That's insanity. And so it's giving hope and promise that there can be a new day. There can be something different, something better. So I don't know.
Contrasted with the same campaign that Trump's been running the last two campaigns so far. Since 2016, he's been running the same campaign, and we're seeing the same stuff. So it's refreshing to see something new, something different. Yeah.
And it's refreshing to see the Republicans come out there and say, hey, I'm out here.
They had quite a bit.
Yeah.
They had a lot of people come through the DNC.
Yeah. And I thought that was important, because we need to see that it's these independent people who may be on the fence, have a place to go. And maybe that's with Kamala Harris. And
that's what Oprah was talking. Oprah said that too. She spoke the day 3 she spoke.
Yeah,
she
proud
said she's an independent. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, right.
So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, her money says that she doesn't want to be a Democrat. That's all I can say. I mean, her money probably doesn't. Her money's probably very Republican. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah, I don't know.
Them coinage.
I would love to wake up with that money. Just one day. Could you imagine? One day, just wake up like
One
Dave Chappelle. Just wake
Right?
up.
That's the dream. The dream. Shoot.
Somebody said he was there too. I don't know if he was.
No
but somebody said
way.
Dave Chappelle was there. There were a lot of people that were there. A lot of celebrities.
Okay, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What's the significance of Eva Longoria?
I don't know. I know her from the Desperate Housewives and marrying Tony Parker.
Hey.
That's all I know her from.
She was married to some guy on Spurs.
Tony Parker.
Oh.
French dude, Tony Parker. Wasn't she like a beauty pageant? Something she represented El Paso or in San Antonio, Texas or something. I don't know what else I don't know. She may be big in like philanthropy or big on some kind of social. I don't know. She may be doing big things and we just don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
maybe
know.
we don't
Eva
know.
Longoria.
I
don't know.
Carrie Underwood wow. Kerry Washington and the guy, I don't even know his name, who played Fitz on Scandal. I got that. That was kind of relevant. It's that Latino vote. Her of all people? They should have had Bad Bitty Boy. What's his name? Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny on there. Being a bad bunny.
I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. Something.
Wi-Fi.
I be living in the sticks, and
I mean, it's doing a great job for living in the sticks. So, Bad Bunny Benito. What else? Looks like M's frozen, y'all. What were your thoughts? If anyone would like to come up, let me know. Okay. Abraxa says she's Hispanic. She's very big and in the Latina community. Yes, Eva has been around for years. Yeah, we don't even remember her for the decades in between. You know, YouTubers are going to find fault with the DNC convention. Ooh, like what, Divine Photos? Welcome back.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I'm here. I'm trying. It's storming today. It's raining, so I have no idea what's going on. That could be part of it.
Back at it already? Dang, hurricane season way up there.
I know. Pacific Northwest, you know. We don't get a break.
What else? What up? Yeah. Oh yeah, bringing out. Yep. Oh, what? They're mad at that? How? Trump literally did take out full page ads and stuff.
And then he didn't even
apologize.
Was Steve Harvey there?
Yeah.
He didn't recall it. He didn't say I was wrong. Nothing. He doubled down on it the way he always does. I mean, if they had evidence saying, hey, these boys didn't do it, he couldn't even be like, damn, I take that back. How hard does it say that? I take that back. You know what? I was wrong. Or you know what? What's wrong with you that you would take out an ad to ask for the death penalty for these people? You're not even involved. What are you doing? Ugh. He's a nasty man. I have another video if you want to see. It's a comparison between his acceptance speech and Kamala's acceptance speech. Okay. If we want to see that for a little bit. Here we go.
I see an America where we hold fast to the fearless belief that built our nation.
We are indeed a nation in decline.
It is now our turn to do what generations before us have done, guided by optimism.
It's a massive invasion at our southern border that has spread misery, crime, poverty, disease, and destruction.
president who unites us,
Crazy Nancy Pelosi,
who is realistic,
the biggest rallies you've ever seen.
practical,
Build an Iron Dome over our country.
and has common sense.
The late, great Hannibal
Y'all, I
Lecter.
forgot about that bandage on his ear.
He'd love to have you for dinner.
And I will fulfill our sacred obligation to care for our troops and their families.
The head of the Taliban. You call me Your Excellency. I wonder if he calls the other guy Your Excellency. I doubt it.
I will always honor and never disparage their service.
Our military is not woke. It's just some of the fools on top that are woke.
I will not cozy up to tyrants and dictators like Kim Jong-un.
North Korea, Kim Jong-un, I got along very well with him.
Donald Trump, he was found guilty of fraud by a jury of everyday Americans,
We will return law and order to our streets.
separately found liable for committing sexual abuse.
We will launch a new era of safety.
You can always trust me to hold sacred America's fundamental principles, from the rule of law to free and fair elections to the peaceful transfer of power.
We had that horrible, horrible result that we'll never let happen again. The election result, we're never going to let that happen again. They used COVID to cheat. We're never going to let it happen again.
I forgot
wish
about
they-
that damn bandage.
That bandage sent me. I forgot about it too. And like the vice said, people were in the audience with bandages on their ears too,
Looking like fools.
looking like a
Oh
fool
my
with
God.
the ears.
I can't
Gosh,
believe
and
it.
I wish they put that part where Trump said something about World War III. If he's not elected, then we're going into World War III, because he's just trying to fear murder. That's all. I am nervous to see what's going to happen if Kamala Harris wins, because there will not be a peaceful transfer of power. He won't allow it. He feels like he needs to be vindicated from the last election. If he loses twice in a row, whew, these crazy people are blind, have blind loyalty.
It does feel like blind loyalty. I don't not to say that you automatically have to be like, I'm going for Kamala if that's not what you're into.
Robert,
But-
I mean, you got other
Like, I know people who are lifelong Republicans who are voting just because they're Republican. And to me,
Mhm.
that's like
used to
loyalty
be
to a party.
Yeah.
But if that person doesn't even represent the ideals of your party, like this dude, he doesn't even.
He's
I
not
think
even
what-
really Republican, right?
D.L. Hughley said something funny. He said Kamala's been black longer than he's been a Republican.
Exactly.
And I thought that was a funny joke because Trump isn't even a Republican. I
No.
don't understand like how this has happened. People don't have to vote. Yeah, he said that people don't have to vote anymore. Divine photos. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. What does he mean? Yeah, that was very suspicious. He said they're gonna fix that. Like he's just gonna be King Trump.
And people are interpreting that however they feel they can interpret it to suit their narrative or whatever. Some people are like, oh, it just means he's going to fix, the system so that it works better. Or, I mean, I don't know. It's really crazy because I've tried to get on the other side of TikTok because you know how the algorithms kind of create your echo chamber for you. So you don't see anything else. So I'm intentionally going to other sources to see what they're talking about. Because in my little world, it's just beautiful, What'd you say?
Yeah. That one you sent me with the guy in the car.
It's insane. So they're saying that there was, and I don't know, I haven't been able to verify this. I haven't seen anything anywhere verifying this except for the super extreme right-wing TikTok-y things. But they're saying that there was a van outside of the DNC performing abortions. Like just hundreds and thousands of abortions outside of the DNC. And I'm like, what? So that's something that they've been spreading and saying. And I don't know, if that's true or not. I find that very strange, but that's something that they're, putting out there and sharing. What else are they talking about?
AI-generated audience.
Yeah, it was AI. I don't know. And Ted Lieu, who's a representative, I think, from California, he said in his little bit that he spoke at the convention, he said, as a computer science major, he's like, I'm very impressed with how realistic the AI generated audience looks tonight or whatever. And I thought that was pretty funny.
I love the little shots they took.
Or Obama, the way he says, he's got, and I didn't take it as a D joke, but everybody on social media is saying, yeah, it was a D joke. How he said, when he has this weird obsession with crowd size, and he did this, and he looked at it like small, and I was like, oh, like my mind didn't go there, but I'm like, man, Obama,
yeah,
he cool.
did do that. He kind of paused too, so
and he looked at it like little. That was amazing. His speech was pretty good.
Hey.
Okay.
Well, hello, Sean.
Hello,
Sean.
y'all. Hi, Emily. Hi, Mose. Good to see you all. It's
Yeah.
been a long time.
I got a smile on my face.
I had to come up here because I've been up until the wee hours of the nights on TikTok for over the past 3 months. Well, not 3 months, but the past 3 weeks or 4 weeks. I don't know. It's been so long. And I just wanted to say something, and then I'm gonna drop because I'm not prepared to be on camera. But I was just thinking, so many people keep saying like, "Oh, this is it's a circle jerking between two parties," and this
What is that? Can you tell us what that means?
It's like
what is?
It basically means like, oh, I'm gonna flex my muscle bigger than the other party, but no, let me flex it a little bit bigger. And they're like, oh, it's a back and forth thing. You know what the thing I miss is I miss the days where Republicans were actually Republicans and not an effing cult. Because we have to call it what it is. It's a freaking cult. And I know I used to have people that I grew up in Alabama, and I went to high school with Republicans. In the high school, people were talking about, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I've dealt with Republicans before, but when it comes to Trump, I think people keep forgetting it's not a regular Republican, it's a cult. My own godmother is a Republican, and I have no problems with her, even though she did try to get me to vote for Trump a few years ago.
Wow.
But it's like, and then one thing is people were like, oh, he's denounced Project 2025. It's a video of him having dinner, I think, in 2022 with the Heritage Foundation, where he endorsed Project 2025. And then one thing I'm starting to notice, no offense, but all offense, a lot of the people that's voting for Trump, their IQ level is the size of a fucking pea. Like, let's be for real.
Or people whose money is just so big.
Yes, and then on top of it, let's debunk a few things. The USA cannot stop the ceasefire. They can they can say what they want, but they can't say, "Oh, let's cease fire now." And Israel, I found out that
can I step in real quick, Sean?
Yes.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
because they had people over there trying to negotiate with Netanyahu about that, and it was reported on the news that Trump called Netanyahu and told him not to agree to any ceasefire because it's going to hurt his campaign. Trump is interfering in a lot of stuff, and I feel like, how is that not disqualifying? Like, how can an individual do that? He did that with the border bill. He's doing it with, and this ceasefire, there are people dying, like a full-on genocide because of this. And he doesn't care because he cares about his campaign. And that's disgusting. Exactly. And people support that. But I'm sorry, I just had to jump in there.
No, that's a great point. I actually sent the article to Monique this last night or this morning, 3:00 about, I think it was Reuters. They posted that Israel came to an agreement, but Hamas has not agreed to it. So they're just basically waiting for Hamas to say, hey, okay, we'll agree. And then they'll go with the ceasefire. And a lot of people think that Biden them have to pull out. We can't pull out because I found out any sitting president that comes into the White House has to align with Israel no matter what. So it's there. We can't do anything. And then another thing is people's like, oh, he doesn't denounce he denounced Project 2025. Have you read Project 2025?
They're all his
Like,
people.
it has a stop and frisk. Who does a stop and frisk hurt? But Black people and indigenous people of color. That's a known fact. And
Eric
then
Adams
someone,
brought that-
huh?
I think Eric Adams brought back stop and frisk in New York. I got to look
In New
that up.
York.
Yeah. And New York was one of the places that it hurt it the most in the demographic. And then I was on the live last night and this woman got up there. Why are we singling out one demographic when it happens to everybody? No, Becky, that works in finance, it doesn't happen to you and your white family in the suburbs.
Not Becky in finance.
And you know what? At this point, I don't know if you all remember how controversial Bush was when he ran, but I would even rather have him as a running mate than Trump. Like, that man is crazy. Like, he's off his rockers. Like, we've never had nobody in the White House. And then someone said, okay, if we win with Kamala, what about if there's a worse version of Trump to come? And they named off several candidates in the White House right now that could be the next worst case of Trump. And I think that people just, I don't care. It's the fact, it's not Republicans. You're a cult. You're in a cult. Just let's call it what it is. It's a cult. Because one thing that like I told you, we talked about this, I think a few weeks ago, that we follow a couple of TikTokers named Parker and Ace and a couple of them.
Yes.
A lot of them have the MAGA. They come up on the platform and we're having a conversation like we're having now. None of them can name a policy, one single policy that this man has made that benefit them. And then the policies that they're found out.
Not even what he made, right? That wasn't even his policy.
And the policies that were signed when Trump was in office, those were a continuation of what Obama made, and Trump just happened to come into office and sign off on those. So I think it's just like, you do your research. And I can't vote for Trump at all because, for one, I'm Black, and two, I'm part of the alphabet mafia, as they call us. But come on. But I say all that to say, please just open up your eyes. It's not about I'm actually registered as independent. I'm not even affiliated with any side, but let's be quite frank. We can't vote independent because that vote is going to get tossed out. It's good that you want to vote independent, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because America is built around two parties, Republican or Democrat. Choose your side, but just don't choose one that's going to mess us all up at the end.
Yep.
Are you a volunteer for Kamala's campaign, Sean?
Yes, I signed up and I'm waiting to hear back soon or later. You know, I'm in the process of between Alabama and California right now. So
yes, I hope so.
Yeah, and you know, my dad told me he signed up in Alabama and no one even reached out because there's not even a demographic here for her. Like, it's ridiculous.
Wow.
He told me.
You could probably get a demographic there for her. There are probably a lot of people who aren't even registered to vote, and that's coming.
That is true.
Wow.
But let's just the only thing is that grinds my gears is that Trump is a dictator, and let's not forget, we're over here taking sides with a person that used to have a fucking reality TV show. Like, come on, let's be for real.
That's part of his fame. People look at that and say, "Oh wow, he's a big businessman. He knows how to lead a business. He knows how to lead a country
with 6 bankruptcies."
Yeah, and don't forget how he defrauded that charity.
He knows how to be strategic with his money
and his fake college, his university.
Yeah, he scammed so many people. What did you say, Sean?
He scammed that charity and took money from that charity. I can't think of the name right now. And also recently, I think my dad just told me this morning that he went to a rally in Arizona and he had to leave because he had another pum accident possibly.
What?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what my dad told me. And he's really big into watching the news every day, so he would know.
Yeah, I heard something like that too. I don't know if it like actually happened, but there's been more attempts made.
Yeah.
Social media. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
think about it, y'all. It's 2024. Who out here actually really attempting? You know, it's bad when somebody actually attempting to pew the future person that's in office. Like, really? As all the technology we have out here is surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I have questions. I still have questions. A lot of questions.
Answers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's no answers. How did that happen? And nobody's talking about it anymore. That's a huge thing, and nobody's talking about it. We're just going to be like, oh, that happened. Moving on. Like,
and did you really? You know, I told Mo a few weeks ago. Y'all realize they haven't even had a funeral or anything for the guy that passed away or the allegedly killer. We haven't heard nothing. And it's like it blew all over. Like, okay, anyways, next, moving on. Like, what?
And all of a sudden, he's healed with a whole ass ear still.
He's healed, y'all. What? I've never thought I'd see the day that his supporters would go to his rally and put a Band-Aid. How delulu or like do you have to be? Like, the proof is right all day. Right.
That's crazy.
And then this guy, I'm just gonna you feel free to interrupt me because I'm really mad about this. This guy got up on this platform.
The safe space.
Yep, thank you. This guy got on this platform the other day, y'all. He thought that Biden was the reason his utility bill got higher.
What?
They said, sir, you may want to talk to your local representatives. It's not, he was like, yeah, but they gave so money to like the windmill companies and the solar panels. They was like, sir, that's because they can charge you a smaller amount based off the money they put into the solar systems. It'll be cheaper for you and them. So that's why the money is going toward the windmills and the solar systems. So he was like, but they shut down the coal plant and that lost a lot of jobs.
Coal.
Yeah, they said, sir, do you not know that there are so many I forgot the name, the stipulations they have because it emits so much pollution to the air, that the reason they're trying to shut those down is protect you and it's saving you money at the end of the day. He was like, they were like, you probably should go talk to your local state representatives and this is not a problem.
Okay. You see in Louisiana where there's a company actually trying to charge people for not using enough electricity because they're losing money? Basically saying there's spend. If you don't need it, then you'll be
I think that's a problem too that I think a lot of people aren't taking into consideration. They're trying to go all the way to the top and saying it's Biden's fault, inflation, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a lot of smaller entities. There's local municipalities who are overcharging for things. There's a lot of, and I know Kamala worked on this. There's a lot of retailers that are overpricing. There's price gouging. Remember when the eggs were crazy expensive, diapers were crazy expensive, all kinds of stuff. And we're going to the top and saying, well, how come the president is doing something about inflation? And it's global inflation, first of all. So the whole world is feeling this.
Thank you.
We also have to look at companies like Target, Walmart, Kroger. Why are you charging more? We came out of a pandemic. They wanted to recoup on what they lost. So they ramped up the prices because we have to pay it. And now they're starting to bring it back down. That's not the president. That's not the president.
Not. And then they want to be like, oh, things were so great when Trump was in office. Do you not know he spent the most out of any sitting president? The reason that he's partially the reason that we're having inflation right now is because of the pandemic.
Did y'all see about Walmart doing surge pricing like Uber? They're about to roll that out.
Surge pricing. So what? Would you shop a certain time?
Yeah. So when you're shopping, there are no more paper labels or anything like that. It would be all digital tickers. And based on how people are spending and with the time of day and all of this, they can raise or lower the price. Yeah.
So you can't even budget properly. You can't even have a budget anymore because it's changing.
How is that allowed?
How is anybody supposed to plan their life, though, if you don't know what the price of something is?
I don't know.
It's
They're
sad.
removing super labels. Um, watch these Walmart price levels after start surges.
What happened to the rollback? Come on, Walmart.
I know,
roll
right?
back.
Yeah.
Walmart hasn't been the same since they closed down 24/7 services.
Oh man, Walmart used to be where we used to hang. Well, not me, but the kids used to hang out in my small town in the parking lot, the Walmart parking lot.
That's when I used to go grocery shopping late at night so I can avoid people.
That's how I like to do it. First thing in the morning, as soon as they open, that's when I go.
Yep.
Yeah, Walmart down south.
When it's all restocked and nice, nobody's rummaged through everything. I like that.
It's trash out here. Disgusting.
Yeah, so I don't know.
And then
I thought we had a good week though. Oh, go ahead, Sean.
One other thing is about I found this lady on TikTok, and she was talking about how she has cancer and she has to take contraceptives based off the cancer that she has, and this basically the abortion act that, or whatever Trump is trying to put in, take the rights away, is going to affect her. And some of these, and I work in science. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but I'm not y'all, but in general, who's out there listening, I'm sorry, but when the sperm meets the egg, it's a bunch of fucking cluster of cells. It's not a baby. It's not a baby. It's a cluster of cells. It doesn't even have a heartbeat. Just gonna throw it out there. I'm sorry, whatever you believe in. It's not no fucking baby. It's cells in a petri dish. If you want to be, come on now. And
Don't even
some
get me
people were arguing that IVF was a baby.
But that's what I'm saying. They want it on both sides. It's not a baby, then it is a baby. I don't
It's
know.
not no
But
fucking baby.
my whole thing is, even if you believe it's a baby, then you believe it's a baby, but don't be up in my business. You can believe whatever you want. Okay? And for you, it could be a baby.
What happened to the days that men and the government and anybody didn't have a say of what women did? Because like Kamala said,
they always been in women's shit.
Yeah, right. Where was that?
Where is the law that it decides about the male? Go get a vasectomy if you feel that bad. Go get a fucking vasectomy.
They would
Let's
never
ban those or whatever.
Would
you want
never.
Oh my gosh, do you have the clips?
Of Kamala?
Yeah, that was so good.
Brett Kavanaugh. The way she looked at him too, like, I'm waiting for an answer. She's tough. I don't care what anybody says.
She is.
He had to take a sip of water. He took a sip of gulp.
That was good. I said again, I gotta find that.
My whole issue though with abortion is I think that a lot of people are very narrow-minded in the sense that all they think is it's irresponsible women out here using it as birth control. And I think what we saw at the DNC is that it's not. It affects the majority of women who are getting abortions are already mothers. Okay, they're women out there. It's used for a lot of times for women who have failed pregnancies. An abortion is used to clear out a miscarriage. So it's not just for irresponsible women out there trying to use it as birth control. Like there's a lot of women who need it as necessary healthcare. Ectopic pregnancies, miscarriages. These women, it makes me so sad. Like Katie Cox, the Zorowskis, another family from Texas. These women were like in the parking lot, sent home with sepsis. You have to be near death to get treated, and that's disgusting. Some of the women are losing their fertility because they're not getting treated in a timely manner, and they want to have children. And so it's just like, what's the goal here? Like,
what family members die from sepsis? How you get sent home with sepsis?
Because they're waiting for your body to naturally. Remember that dude? Oh, if you get R-worded, if you get raped, the body has a way of dealing with it. Like they don't understand how women's bodies work.
Yeah, you don't even understand, and you talking on it. I don't think anybody on this panel is voting for Trump broken traditions.
No,
are you?
I'm black and gay. I can't do it.
I mean, he has those fans too, the log cabin Republicans who are still ride or die for him. So.
Yeah, Daddy Trump. And also they were asking this MAGA supporter. They said, well, if your daughter came home and said that Trump essayed them. Well, I'm not gonna. Well, he didn't do it to my family, so it doesn't matter. And we were like, what?
Was this on Parker's?
It was on.
Yeah.
It was on one of them. Yeah.
Okay, because I was watching Parker. I watch Parker every afternoon, and someone said that, and I was like, what?
It probably was the same guy, because I'm starting to realize it's a pattern that they go into different rooms and troll. And it's to the point where I've ran into so many that I'm starting to recognize their voices, even some of their names. And it's just like, how can you get it? Well, it didn't happen to me, so I can't say that. And I'm like, what?
I think that's a common thing, though, is the lack of empathy. And I think, and whatever, I've gotten shit for saying this and I don't care, but I feel like people who are Democrats or more progressive leaning have empathy. It doesn't have to happen to me for me to care about it. Yeah. And I think that a lot of people who are right leaning or conservative, it only matters if it happens to my household. I don't care about anybody else but my household. And that's how a lot of views are kind of formed. Is it affecting my household? Then I don't care. And if it's, that's problematic to me. I don't vote for just myself. I vote for my community, the people around me, everybody to do okay. Yeah.
I would look at you as a decent human being, not that decent, but if you said, oh, back in whenever Bush ran, oh, I'm voting for Bush, I'm like, oh, okay, it wasn't as big as it is now. Like, oh, you're voting for Trump, and I side-eye you, and I'm like, oh, you are racist a little bit. And then one thing,
voting for Trump. A lot of black men, because they just don't want to see a black woman be president.
Yeah, and it's sad because your mom is black. What does it say? Oh, you must not like your mom. Got it.
Probably not. Who knows?
It's more just of like a culture now.
It is.
Yeah.
It's hate black women culture, I think.
Uh-oh. Broken tradition disagrees with that.
So what are you disagreeing with?
Which part?
Tradition? With black men
with what I said?
Trump?
Like Tim
mind
said.
your own damn business. Yep.
Thank you, Alexis.
I think also, Mo, maybe you have a better memory than I do, but I think abortion rights fall under, I think it's the 14th Amendment, privacy, the umbrella of privacy rights, right, under equal protection. And so I think the way that they disqualified that or made it overturned Roe in the Dobbs decision was saying that they reasoned it incorrectly in Roe, and they said that it doesn't fall under the privacy rights and that the whole privacy decision was improper. And Clarence Thomas said abortion doesn't satisfy the whatever requirements to fall under the 14th Amendment. And everything under that umbrella, everything under the umbrella of privacy rights is no longer constitutional. That's abortion, that's birth control, that's marriage equality, that's gay sex under Lawrence. So they can go into your bedroom and say, who are you sleeping with? That's illegal. I'm going to pull you out and put you in jail if you're sleeping with the same sex. You can't marry the same sex. If they said that abortion is no longer legal under this ruling, all of the other things that fall under reasoning are in danger. So your birth control, marriage equality, who you sleep with, all of those things, watch out.
And why is the government in my bedroom anyway?
Right?
Because we go into Gilead.
Why are you trying to figure out why I'm sleeping with who? Does it concern you? Is it hurting you? Are you losing money or sleep at the end of the night? And broken traditions, I heard you say, no, that's not true. It is true, because I've seen a lot of misogynistic men on TikTok that are black men are running a whole campaign, against like, oh, I'm not voting for her because I'm not gonna let a black woman tell me what to do. She locked up all these black men. Where did she lock y'all? You know what? I can't say that. Where did she lock your asses up? And if she did, you probably need to be locked up.
Yeah. Don't do the crime, you won't do the time, mofo.
And then even if you take politics off of the table,
I agree, it's a minority.
At Trump as his character, when he got on stage, and I still remember to this day, and mocked that kid or someone with autism, that right there, I don't want nobody doing that. That's just wrong. Like, come on now.
There was a family. There was this man up on the stage at the DNC, and he had his two sons. And he said something, and it hit me too, because I feel the same way. And he said, I try to set a good example for my boys. And he says, and I don't want a president where I have to turn the TV off because the president's speaking, because I don't know what he's going to say. And that's, I grew up watching presidents speak, Republican presidents, Democrat presidents. Yep. And that's how I learned a lot. That was a huge part of my upbringing. My dad and I would watch politics, and you learn about the world. You learn about your country. I can't do that now. My kids can't listen to what this man has said. When he was the president, I couldn't have them in the room. Like they could. What kind of president is that?
Grab him by the pee. Come on now.
Or just the way he talks about people, the way he says things, the hatred, the vitriol he spews. Like you can't. What kind of cannibal? And people have their children. People have their children sitting in front of the TV, listening to this, taking this in, and forming their character and their identity. And those are the people my kids got to go to school with. You know what I mean? Like, ugh.
It's sad. And the fact that I grew up in Alabama where there's so much racism, I've never seen anything like that disputed as much as it is in all my 34 years of life on here on
you're
Earth.
A baby. You're 35. A baby, Sean.
Am I 35? I'm 35. Yeah.
You're a baby.
I
know.
Little
nephew.
But yeah.
Same thing about Biden.
About what? Yes. My kids can listen to him.
What?
He broken tradition. We can say the same thing about Biden.
Broken traditions. I'm a male. My voice is just really, really light. And no, I'm not trans. I get that before.
I don't have a problem with my children listening to Biden speak, so I don't know if that's what you're alluding to, broken traditions.
Oh yeah, because we've seen those videos.
Equate the two is kind of, I don't even know.
Yeah, they try to make Biden look like an abuser.
What's that?
In the video? Those video collages, montages with Biden and being creepy, cringe towards people.
You don't need my camera on because just because my voice is like that does not dictate how I should look. Broken traditions.
Oh, Karen. Well, any final thoughts, y'all? We're running on time.
That's it. Thank you all for allowing me up here. Next time when I'm not looking a mess, I'll turn the camera on this show, Broken Traditions. I'm a male, cis male.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, Sean. It was good talking to you.
No problem. Bye-bye.
Why smells good and gives great hugs. So
yeah, he gives the best hugs. Oh.
Oh, I need that in my life right now.
I know. Sean gives good hugs. Oh. Call mom. Could be cringe towards people. Huh?
Oh, she's talking about her mom. Your mom is not cringe.
I don't know.
Your mom.
Anyways,
I
don't know. I thought it was a good convention. I was not prepared for it. I thought it was well produced.
I just had it in the background.
Supposed to do.
Like, I wasn't gonna pay attention, and I was like, oh, like it captivated me. So
yeah,
good job, Democrats. Good job.
And I think it was a good introduction to who she is, who Tim Walz is, and what their overall platform, what they're trying to do. And I think a lot of people are like, well, what's the policy? What's she stand for? And if they're still saying that, they didn't pay attention, and they just want to be willfully ignorant to what she's about. That's what I say. So,
yep.
That's all right, y'all. About that. Oh, debate's coming up September 10th, I believe. So,
really, for that. At the National Constitution Center, I will be live blogging. I'm just kidding. I don't know what I'll be, but I hope to be there.
Okay. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm excited. I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to be watching it somewhere. So I'll definitely check in. I'll probably go on IG Live a little bit because it's definitely going to be a vibe over here. September 10th at 9 p.m. Eastern time.
All right.
All right, y'all. Stay cool.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes. All right. Your son's a Virgo, broken tradition. Yay. Take care, y'all. Bye.
Bye.